Hello, nerdy romantics. Today is the second day of fall. And so, of course, we have to talk about fall romance reads, which that is our episode today. We are going to recommend some books that make us think about fall, make us think about maybe even fall holidays like Halloween, and just give us that fall feeling. Fall or autumn is my favorite season, by the way. And of
Mine
course,
too.
I couldn't talk about fall romances without having Jen on, our recurring guest, Jen, romance reads connoisseur. Have her on to talk about, give us some recommendations as well. But before we really get into our show, I want to do a programming and personal note. For this particular episode, I'm actually missing a guest from this episode. Carla Luna Cullen, as we all know, writes as Carla Luna. She has been a recurring guest on Nerdy Romantics podcast for a few episodes, and she was supposed to be on this episode with us. And so in the summer, which is a couple of months before we planned this episode, she passed away unexpectedly. We were looking forward to a book in her series that she talked about
We
on our
were.
last episode with her.
Yeah.
And so and that book was supposed to be titled Be Our Ghost. But
I know that
Carla,
would have been perfect for today.
it would have been totally perfect for today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have, grown to be a fan of hers. I've read a few books in her Romancing the Ruin series, which she talked about on Nerdy Romantics podcast. She also has another completed series out there called the Blackwood Cellar series that features destination weddings. And that
Mm-hmm.
series is also a completed series. This summer, romance author Twyla Turner also passed away, which was only a few months ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
had a very strenuous battle with pancreatic cancer, which she talked about on her Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Um, so she, shared with us fans and contemporaries what she was going through there. And I was not able to get in it in time, but a few of her contemporary authors did a series, basically just a love series for her books out there. For
Oh,
Yeah,
how wonderful. I didn't
it
see
was.
that.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. Kenya Gory Bell, author Kenya Gory Bell. She
Mm-hmm.
had started that, and so if you search her feed, you'll see it, because she did have a hashtag for it, which is escaping my memory right now.
Mm-hmm.
But for Nerdy Romantics podcast, we've talked about a couple of her books. The first book that we talked about of Twyla's was Rock the Curves, and that episode remains to this day as one of the 6 top downloaded episodes of the podcast. So,
Oh, that's
um,
great.
yeah, we've also recommended a couple other books of hers in our Who Gets an HEA series. And if you are, of course, saying, well, where's the fall in this? Twyla, I know, has a Beauty and the Beast retelling called Winter's Beast, which was a very popular one of hers. And she also has a time travel Viking kind of series called Bound Through Time that is completed. So with Carla Luna and with Twyla Turner, the best way that you can honor both of these wonderful women is by purchasing or getting from the library
Mm-hmm.
books and reading their books and talking about the wonderfulness of their books. And with that, there has been a lot of loss this summer, so probably need a
Yeah.
moment here. But
There has been. That was that. Yeah. both of them came along fast. You see people online or what have you, and then they're just sort of not there anymore. And life can be unexpected sometimes. So
Yes.
we we are so lucky though to have their words, their stories, the work that they did to put joy into the world. We are so lucky
Yeah.
to have that left behind by them, and something that we can always kind of go back to and hold in our hands, and we can reread their stories and just kind of feel connected to them in that way. And that, I feel like, is just a really beautiful thing that authors give to us. That's like it's just such a wonderful element to have as a memory of them. So I'm
Yes.
so glad that they were both wonderful writers, wonderful women, and they are truly, truly missed by all of us that knew them.
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. And there has been so much loss this summer. Maybe that's a reason to go into fall so that we can move forward. And so after the intro, let's talk about fall romances. This is the Nerdy Romantics Podcast, and I'm your host, Y.M. Nelson. All right, Jen. I'm so happy to have you here. It has
Oh,
been
I'm
a
so happy to
minute.
talk to you. I know. It's been
Yes.
a busy summer for both of us. That's great.
Jen, yeah, it's been an especially busy summer for you because didn't you start a podcast? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
I did start a podcast. You're so sweet for asking me about that. So, my podcast is called the Books, Business, and Mindset Podcast. This is a podcast for authors, and I talk about craft, I talk about editing, I talk about the challenges of productivity and when you are trying to be an author alongside a day job and all the other responsibilities that we have as adult humans. And I also talk a lot about how to care for your creativity. There's a lot of stress in life, there's a lot of stress in the world,
Mhm.
and all of that can really impact authors. So I've tried to make my podcast something that is kind of meets authors where you are and provides some nuggets of good information to sort of help you out in this journey. So I hope you guys will go give it a listen and subscribe, and that would be great. Yeah, Books, Business, and Podcast. Excuse me, Books, Business, and Mindset by Jen Graybeal. So thanks, guys.
And it is wherever we can get podcasts.
Yes,
Okay,
I think it's
cool.
on all the podcast catchers out there.
All right, great. Sounds good. And do you have anything else going on? I believe don't you have a boot camp going on right now as well? Or
I
about
do
to
have a boot
have one?
camp. No, we are halfway through the boot camp. So
Oh, wow.
as we are recording, we are in week 4 of 6 weeks. Yeah, I run a 6-week coaching intensive for authors a couple of times a year. The next one will be in January of 2026. But folks can follow me on my newsletter. You can get that information at gentheeditor.com. And in that newsletter, I send out information about marketing and mindset for authors. But the 6-week boot camp is this is a space for authors who are very want to get more serious about their business. We have focus time to really dive into some of the key elements of business. And we spend a couple weeks on craft. We just spend a lot of time kind of supporting each other. There's group coaching and one-on-one coaching throughout the 6 weeks. So there's lots of opportunities to ask questions, to get insight, and to pick the goals that you personally want to work on. So it's been a really fantastic thing. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've done it 5 different times. This is number 6. This is my 6th cohort of authors, and man, they're just a great group. I have folks who are working on their very first book, folks that are 20 books into this career. And folks are going to have questions and challenges and at every single stage of this career. It's not an easy one to be successful at. So it's been really fantastic to be able to help a lot of different kinds of authors. So
Oh, great. And of course we have always have authors on listening to the podcast. But now this section is definitely for readers who authors are readers too. But definitely for readers. We are talking fall romance recommendations. And Jen, you know that I am going to ask you, what do you have out there in the coffer that you can recommend to our listeners today? Because you know I'm going to be writing some stuff down as well. So
Oh my gosh. Hide your wallets. I
I love
have
it.
I have some really fantastic books for you guys to talk about today. So I think we're going to start with vampires. This is spooky, scary season, and it is the perfect time to sit with some vampires. And Elle Beauregard has a series called the Bloodline Saga, and the first book is called Blood Bond. This is a two-book series, and we have vampires in sort of this alternate universe of that are kind of they are known, like they people know that there are vampires in this world, but they consider themselves like a separate society, if you will. Blood Bond is a second chance romance. So these kids knew each other when they were young and they were kind of friends, but then life happens. Our hero is whisked away to a different world, and our heroine is left in this very strange place, meaning she doesn't know it, she doesn't realize it, but we find out that she has been living in a cult her whole life. And she is able to escape from that cult, and that's really where the story just takes off. So there's an escape, there are vampires, there's a second chance romance, there are a wonderful cast of characters, there's a lot of action and adventure in this book, and it just makes for a really fantastic read. And book two is also out. Like I said, this is a two-book series right now. There might be more in the future, but right now there are two books in this series. And the second book picks up a few years later. So not all of the characters come back, but you got a couple characters that are going to come back, and it's going to be great. So yeah, so I highly recommend Elle Beauregard. She is just one of those people that can write kind of some dark and angsty and and really really get you like into a world. So
Ooh,
love
I
reading Elle
like
Beauregard.
that. I like the
Yeah,
dark and angsty.
yeah. So good stuff. Lots of good stuff in that series.
Is
Okay.
that heat level? Is that a spicy?
No, it's a fairly low heat level.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a fairly low, not zero, not a zero heat
Okay.
level, but it is a low. This one's a low heat level. So, okay.
Cool.
So, we're going to go in a little bit of a different direction here, and we're going to stay in the paranormal world, but we are going to go into paranormal romantic mystery. Now, You Can Take Me by R.L. Merrill is part of the Carnival of Mysteries series. And this is a series that just barely dips its toe almost into horror. This is a little bit more on the scarier side. The villain is a lot more evil than what we normally see in a romance novel. But if that's your catnip, man, this is the place you want to be. There is so much action, there's so much world building that is happening in this book. So the Carnival of Mysteries is actually, there's a shared world, so there's a lot of books in the Carnival of Mystery series. The You Can Make Me book by R.L. Merrill is kind of picks up a little bit where her previous books that she has three books in that series. So it's time travel in that what has happened is that a person was the victim of a serial killer like 40 years ago. Well, that person didn't quite die. They got picked up by the Carnival of Mysteries, which is like a carnival that sort of travels in the ether space, if you will. And time doesn't really exist in the same way there, but it's a place where spirits and souls, people are collected as and they are healed. And so when someone is kind of gotten to a place where they are ready to leave, they are allowed to leave the Carnival of Mysteries, and they come back to our world. But when they come back to our world in this situation, it's like, I can't remember, 30 years, maybe 40 years later. So the world is very different, but here they are. And now we are like diving into a whole, oh my gosh, what has happened? And this is haunting. It is beautiful. It is people that are trying to find out. They're looking for killers. They're looking for a villain who wants to control time. They are, and through it all, there's a little bit of romance. This is a male-male romance, and it's just so beautifully done. So I
Awesome.
really hope that you guys will dive into the Carnival of Mysteries. And like I said, if this is your jam, if this is, you like that tone, you like that, you want to be just a little bit scared and you want to have a really, really good, meaty story to hang on to, R.L. Merrill has 3 books in that series. But the Carnival of Mysteries there's a number of authors that write in that world. So you can get lots of different versions of the Carnival of Mysteries out there and just binge. I think somewhere it's something like 15 or 20 books. Like you can
Wow.
really, yeah, you can really spend some time in that world. I believe that they are all or most of them are available on KU.
Okay.
So that's an option if you just really want to binge the whole series during this spooky, creepy season. I really feel like, we hit first day of fall. I am ready for I was at Trader Joe's and I bought the maple popcorn. I bought
Yes.
the I bought the pumpkin cranberry crackers. Like I'm in it. I'm ready.
Yes.
And yeah, so just a little bit of scary. I don't do real super super scary, but I really love R.L. Merrill books. So I think you guys will enjoy that.
Yeah.
Um, a little bit of heat, not tons of heat. This is a very low heat book,
Okay.
but
And
you'll get you get all
yeah.
the feels in a different way.
I know you have more to recommend, but one of mine, which we're going to end up doing a podcast episode about it because I've got a few guest hosts reading it, is that I want to recommend. It kind of goes in the same vein that your two books go in, and that is the book is called Immortal Dark by Tigist Girma.
Ooh.
That's it's been out there for a little while, and it is a best-selling book.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably one that people already know about, but if you don't know about it, or if you're thinking that it's just a vampire book, it's not just a vampire book. It's dark academia fantasy romance. So
Ooh.
it's vampires, but it's also vampires with that dark academia kind of thing. We're going to
Yes.
university. The university is called Uxley University, and we're learning some things, and then some stuff happens along the way. So,
Yeah, it does.
without telling too much about this one, because we are going to do a whole podcast episode about this one.
Ooh.
Um, and I would like to know what, my guest hosts who are also reading this one think as well. But this one definitely is enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they really are enemies to begin with. Our main
Mm-hmm.
character, Kadan, is and actually there's a mystery as well
Mm-hmm.
that's going on there. So that's kind of,
Ooh.
when you were talking about Merrill's books, I was also thinking, mystery element there. So
Yeah.
when we come into it, Kadan's sister, June, is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
missing. And so she's trying to find her sister. And she believes that her sister was actually taken by a vampire, but she doesn't actually know how to find these vampires. She doesn't know where the vampires are. She doesn't know if June is even still alive. And so as she goes and
Mhm.
tries to find these vampires, she's uncovering this whole university where vampires and humans who maybe also have a little bit of magic going on with them,
Maybe,
maybe,
maybe, maybe.
maybe there
Uh-huh,
may be
uh-huh.
some other things going on there. They
Love that.
are together in this particular world, and the vampires and the humans have, let's say, an intimate relationship.
Mhm.
Okay. We just gonna keep it there.
We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave
Oh,
it
we'll
there.
just leave it there. But
We're not giving away
yeah,
anything.
yeah, we're not gonna give away too much, but I do want to say, if this is on your TBR and you've been wanting to read it, I suggest reading it before our podcast episode comes out because we gonna spoil everything. So I'm trying not to spoil anything here, but I wanted to bring that one out. And this one is just an honorable mention. It's not one that I have read yet. It is on my TBR, but
Mhm.
it is an honorable mention because as of this recording, it is number one on the New York Times Young Adult Hardcover Fiction list.
Oh.
And it is called Blood Moon. It is by Brittany S. Lewis, which this is also a vampire kind of thing going on here, right? This is number one in a series. I believe she said there's a trilogy. It's a trilogy. But Blood Moon, the reason why this is on my TBR is because I have been following Brittany Lewis on Threads. And the impetus for this book, she said, was that she wanted to kind of rewrite the way that a certain character in the Vampire Diaries was treated. And I
I knew I
totally
was following
agree
her.
with
I
it.
was just looking her up.
Yes, yes, right? And
Yes.
I
Oh my
totally
God, I'm so
agree with
excited about this
her.
book.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'm just like, I have to have this one on my TBR. And because we're talking about
Mhm.
fall romances right now, I had to bring this one up, even though I haven't read it, but it's on my TBR and it's burning a hole in my TBR,
Oh my
um,
God.
because I have to read it, and I feel a lot of the same things that she says that she felt
Mhm.
that caused her to write this particular
Oh
book.
my gosh.
So
Yes.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Mhm.
Now, on the rest on my list are kind of in the cozy section. Jim, what else do you have on your list?
Oh my gosh, we're heading cozy too. We
Okay.
are going straight into cozy. So,
So, Jen, tell us what else is on your list.
okay, so I have a couple of cozy books that one of them is is really a romance and the other one is hinting at romance probably later in the series. So, the first one I'm going to tell you about is Haunted Ever After. This is a book by Jen DeLuca. She is a delightful writer. She also has a series that takes place at the Renaissance Fair. The first book in that series is called Well Met. Really fun time. So this is a newer series that she's just started. I think book 2 is coming out soon. But Haunted Ever After is about a town in Florida and a Boneyard Key. And so our intrepid heroine was trying to buy a house in Orlando, and the prices were just, out of this world crazy. And she was like, okay, you know what? I bet I could work remote. I bet I could live at the beach, commute in on those days when I have to be in the office. That's reasonable. And I'm going to go live at the beach because I can buy a house there. And she finds this fantastic house that is so inexpensive. It's so great. So, and then she finds out that the town is kind of cute. They've got like a ghost tour that goes on, and there's just something, but there is definitely a little something weird about her house. Something is weird, and eventually she realizes her house is haunted. Like, not a little bit haunted, but like super haunted.
Oh man.
And and of course, she is doubting. She is like, no, like, that can't be it. Clearly, that's not it. Well, come to find out, her house is not the only one haunted, but the spirit that's at her house does not like her. And so we have a problem. The other ghosts that are in town, they are much more friendly. And when I tell you that there's a lot of quirky characters, we have a lot of quirky ghosts. There's a lot of things that are happening here, and it's just a really good time, a really comfy read. There's some wonderful walks on the beach. There's also a ghost on the beach, but he's not scary. So, highly recommend this book, especially for anybody who has been challenged in trying to buy a house and thinks, "Oh, gosh, I think I'll just buy this house by the beach that for unknown reasons is so low in price."
Oh boy.
It might be haunted. You never know.
Oh boy. That's
Yeah.
something else.
So it was fun. It's a fun book. It's a fun book. It's well told, keeps moving, and like I said, just a lovely cast of characters. So I definitely recommend a DeLuca book.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm kind of in the same vein. What is
Yeah.
going on here? Has some similar themes. This book is called Witchful Thinking. It's by Celestine Martin, and it is part of a right now 3-book series.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm thinking maybe it might be 4, but again, I haven't read book 2 and 3 yet. So there's one character that I'm thinking deserves a whole book, but I don't know. So we're just going to say it's a 3-book series right now. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this one is kind of the same thing in the fact that our male main character, his parents actually bought him a house,
Okay.
and he's
Must be
like,
nice.
right, exactly, it's got to be nice. Gifted him a house. So gifted him a house, I should say, so he still has to pay mortgage
Mm-hmm.
payments. But he is a merman. So he doesn't really want to stick around. He's not that kind that sticks around. Merfolk
Mm-hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
always stick around on land. They want to be in water.
There's a whole big ocean to explore. Obviously.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And he's all
Yeah, this is a
about that.
vacation house.
And, so there's that same kind of theme there. But this book, actually, I would say the main character of this book is our female main character, Lucy Caraway, and she is a witch. So,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the Jersey Shore. So, you got the Florida coast here, and this is the Jersey Shore. But this is not the Jersey Shore that you think you know. Freya
Mm-hmm.
Grove, this town of
Mm-hmm.
Freya Grove on the Jersey Shore, is a very magical town. It is one where
Love.
there are witches, there are merfolk, there are vampires,
We love this.
there are gnomes that do all kinds of foolishness.
Love.
I mean, they're all kinds of magical folk and they just hang out like it's all good. So I'm loving this. The normalization of all the magic folk all over the place. It's great. It's so cute. So you have to go in with that realization that Freya
Exactly.
Grove is a magical place. And so Lucy has been there forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Alex and his family moved there when they were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were in high school for sophomore, junior, senior year. After senior year graduation, Alex said, I've got to go, and there's a lot more
Mm-hmm.
open water here. I've got to explore. So this is a second chance romance. And the thing with Lucy is that because Lucy's just still been there forever, she feels like there's no excitement in her life. So
Mhm.
her and her two sisters and her cousin Ursula, they've all got a little something going on in their lives right now. So they all decide
Yeah.
that they want to cast a spell. And they cast a
All right.
wish spell. Like I wish blah blah blah. So this is
Great.
a pretty powerful spell. And
Great.
Lucy wishes for excitement in her life.
Oh no.
And exactly.
That
Exactly.
sounds dangerous.
Very
That sounds
dangerous.
dangerous.
Very dangerous. So instead of some of the more mundane things that she said she was going to put into the, you know, how at reunions, the keeping up with our high school classmates kind of thing, you know, how you have to put that little paragraph together. Yeah.
Sure.
Her paragraph, instead of having the regular stuff in it, she just made a paragraph that had a bunch of exciting and wild things like, you know, baking,
Exciting.
yeah, like baking croquembouche, which if you look that up, you will see that that's a very hard dessert to make. And
I
I'm
do know
not
what that.
going
I
to
watch a lot of British baking show.
Oh, so you
I watch
know.
a lot of the British
So
Bake
you
Off. I know
know.
exactly what a croquembouche is.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she's doing that. She is, you know, she says she is running races. She is also, you know, doing interior design work,
My
you
gosh.
know, and
Oh
with
lordy.
for her soulmate, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's where Alex, our merman, comes in because he has this house and the house just happens to be across the street from her house. And so with this
Mm-hmm.
house, because he's got to be out there in the ocean, he wants to sell this house. And
Sure.
so he enlists her to help him with the interior design to sell this house.
Oh no.
He also makes a wish,
Oh
not
no.
in this wish spell, but he kind of makes
Mm-hmm.
a wish on his own that he gets another chance with Lucy.
Ah.
So, you know, there are a lot of things that happen between this point and happily ever after, but there is a happily ever after here. This one is spicy. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
say medium spice. We have at least two open door scenes here. So I will venture that the other two books in the series,
Mm-hmm.
book 2 is called Kiss and Spell. Book 3 is called Deja Brew. And yeah. I mean, come on, fall
I
all
love these
around
titles.
it. Oh, are you
Oh, come on.
kidding me?
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Pumpkin
You know
spice.
what? That is I love this trend in cozy paranormal romance, cozy paranormal mystery books. Like give me all the puns. All of the
Yes,
puns.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. They're so cute. They have cute covers. It just called to me. It just called
I'm
to
with
me.
you. Yeah.
So, yes, definitely recommend. I'm going to say I recommend the whole series, even though I haven't read the whole series because
Hmm.
book 1 was so good. I'm just
There you
going to
go.
recommend the whole series. So, you know, that is
I'm
my
so with you there.
paranormal my
Hmm.
paranormal kind of cozy. But then I also have like a human, we'll say a human fall cozy one as well. What do you have anything else for us, Jen?
I do. I have a cozy mystery series that also has quite a number of books, and there are the beginnings of a romance in it, so it's really fun. So I do have it's more mystery than it is cozy romance, but
Good to
there's
know.
romantic elements for sure. So,
Okay, good to know.
mhm.
So for mine is called There's Pumpkin About You.
Okay.
Like there's something about you. There's pumpkin about you.
Right
And
for the puns. I'm
yes,
here for the puns.
it's by Athena Carstairs. And this follows Ren, who is a party planner. She basically she's just kind of gone off the deep end here. She
Mhm.
had a day job and she had a side hustle as a party planner. But the side
Okay.
hustle as the party planner was making a lot more money and taking up a lot more time. So she decided to jump off the deep end, and she is going to be a party planner full time. Unfortunately, she's kind of in a small town. So at this point, she needs one big event to help reintroduce her
Okay.
to, you know, to
Uh-huh.
the folks around her. And so that one event is her cousin's 30th birthday party. It's going
Okay.
to be a big bash. She has found out that there's this wonderful pumpkin farm that has a barn that is a perfect venue for this 30th birthday party.
Heck yeah. Heck
So
yeah.
she's like, I am going out to meet the owners of this pumpkin farm. It has been passed down through, I think, 3 generations.
Mhm.
And so she is reading up about this pumpkin farm online. And there are 3 brothers now who are kind of taking the reins from the dad for the next generation of pumpkin farm owners. One of them's named August. And in all of his pictures, he does not seem very happy to be there.
Mhm.
Well, obviously this is a grumpy sunshine romance. he's
Yay.
a he's a little bit grumpy, but also what I like about this is there's representation. He is on the spectrum.
Oh,
So
okay.
he is functional on the spectrum. The spectrum is, as the author Athena has said, the spectrum is a big spectrum. So there are
Of
people that are
course.
on the spectrum that may not be functional. This character of August, he is functional. It might be kind of like a double take, like, are you on the
Hmm.
spectrum or are you just a grumpy guy kind of thing? So she says that in her
Uh-huh.
author's note just to let everybody know, kind of,
Yeah,
which,
that's great.
yeah, I mean, I like that she does that, but I also like that she just has
Mhm.
the representation there. I mean,
Oh
just
my
does
gosh.
have the
This is one
representation.
of the things that I absolutely love about romance genre, about romance authors, and about is that we know that everybody deserves a love story. And so
Yes.
being able to represent all kinds of different walks of life, all kinds of different people, all kinds of different backgrounds, all kinds of different things has is a really fantastic way to just kind of amplify that story, just amplify that everybody gets a love story. And my daughter is autistic. She's definitely on the spectrum. She is a teacher. She does all kinds of wonderful things. So there are lots of different ways that people live their lives on the spectrum, and I'm thrilled, thrilled, thrilled to see that type of representation in this book. So super
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, I am too. I'm very excited about that. Well, as you know from being on this podcast for like ever, I feel like we need representation. Everybody needs to feel like they are loved, they are desired, they are adored. And if we can
Yeah,
do that in a romance novel, I mean, that's where it should be, at least should be done. At
I'm here
least,
for it.
at
I'm
least in a
here for it.
romance novel.
Absolutely.
Should be done in real life
Everybody
as
gets a romance.
well. Yes, it should be done in real life as well, but at least in a romance, because that's what romance is all about, in my opinion.
Heck yeah. Heck
But
yeah.
yeah, Jen, we do have a little time left, so we can divert a little bit to cozy mystery. I mean, books are books. Tell us
Oh
about
yeah.
what you
And you know
got
what? And
going
I
on.
really think that your listeners are going to enjoy this one. Okay. This I had to pull up the log line for this one. So this book is called Eat Pray Hex. It is part of the Crescent Moon Mystery series by Tara Lush. And let me just read this to you. Paranormal and perimenopausal. Amelia's got double trouble. When a hot flash prone cookie shop owner, Amelia, inherits a spooky Florida inn, she plans to sell it fast. But the place is haunted by an unsolved murder, and her dead aunt tasks her with using her newfound psychic powers to crack the case. What is it about Florida and these haunted houses?
Spooky.
I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love it. I love it so much. So we have an older heroine, which I'm here for. She is a
Yeah,
cookie
me too.
baker, which I am here for. But more importantly, she has inherited this inn, and there is a mystery about this ghost who is causing trouble. And she's trying to get the place fixed up. She's got high expectations for getting she wants to sell it. She wants to not be in business. But once she gets to town, she finds out that there are some really great people that live here. She finds the local crystal shop that has a wonderful, wonderful lady that's there who was friends with her aunt. There's a lot of charm about this town. And there is this one guy who's like super cute and academic and
Oh
is very interested in
my.
history. Yeah. So like I said, this is not like a romance where we have a clearly like a great relationship kind of getting going here. But there's definitely some hints that these two they're making eyes at each other. They're making eyes at each other. So this is a cozy mystery series, and I told you at the beginning, hide your wallets. This series already has 6 books.
Oh my
There are
goodness.
already 6 books in this series.
Wow.
So go have a look and see if you guys are into this. But there's all kinds of great stuff and a wonderful group of characters. I've already started on book 2. They have the most charming covers. Just love those little covers. So this is a great series for people to dive into. I highly recommend. Thoroughly enjoying it. There's a couple different, great series that are out there that are cozy if that's your vibe. You
Hmm.
can go with something that's a little scarier if that's your vibe. And that's what I love about reading. It can be whatever I need it to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And with mystery, yes, but even with romance, that's really whatever I need it to be.
Anything I need it to be.
Whatever I need it to be. It
Exactly.
is out
Anything I
there.
need.
It is such a huge genre, and that's why we can talk about it and talk about all these books. And
Mm-hmm.
now we're about to be broke. So thanks, Jen. Oh gosh.
You're so welcome.
but we're gonna be happy while we're broke too. Yes.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
just
You
gonna
know
be
what?
throwing the dollars away.
It's going to be great.
We're
It's
good.
going to be great. Yep.
Oh,
Hey, I did recommend a book that's in KU. So that whole series, Carnival of Mysteries, that's in KU. Yeah. And don't forget to use your libraries. Go and use your libraries. There's tons of stuff available through your library app if that's your deal, a library in person if that's your deal. The Libby app, I use that all the time for audiobooks. Big fan. So,
yes, yes.
so yeah. So,
I'm with you, big fan. Libby,
hmm
Hoopla, these back behind me here. For those who can't see, I'm pointing to my books. They are all in the library, and you can request them print or ebook. Witchful Thinking, and I'm assuming her other 2 books as well. They are in the
hmm
library. Immortal Dark is in the library. So a lot of these books, even though we're laughing about, we're about to be broke, a lot of these books are also in the library. And you may want to read them at the library, and then you may decide you want to buy them. So
yeah.
there's that as well.
Hey,
So
like I said, if it's got a great cover, maybe I need it on my shelf. I
exactly.
mean, sometimes,
Exactly.
sometimes you get drawn in by the cover. Although I have to admit, I very much prefer ebooks because, if we're being honest, I like a big font. I really
Yes.
want I really want to have a big font when I'm reading, and it just, yeah, so I'm most more likely to have an ebook or an audiobook,
Yeah,
but
I
whatever it
agree.
takes. I'm doing a ton of driving this week. I got a 7-hour drive tomorrow, and you better believe I've got the audiobooks loaded, all set to go.
I love it. I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it all. Audiobooks, yes, they are reading. And actually, with Immortal Dark, I'm finding that listening to the audiobook while I'm actually looking at it and reading it is also a good thing too. I don't know how
Oh,
many people do this, but listening and reading at the same time, it's helping me kind of get into it. And
yeah.
also with books like Immortal Dark and another book that I read for the podcast, Children of Blood and Bone, when I can't see in my mind what the word is, sometimes I want to actually see it on paper, but
Sure,
I
yeah.
want to hear it in my mind as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I want the audio book, but I also want to see it.
Yeah.
And when you have words like Uxley University and Susanyos, I want to see it and I want to
I
hear
need
it.
to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with
It's like
you.
I, I
I'm with
want I
you.
want all of it. I want to see it and I want to hear it. I want to
You get the full immersive experience. That's what
experience.
I'm thinking.
Exactly.
I think that
Exactly.
you just need a immersion. Full immersion reading is what we're all about. So
Yeah.
I love that for
So
you.
yes. And so with that, Jen, I love you being on here. I love having
I
you
love being here. Oh
and
my God,
now
it's
my
been fast. Are you kidding me? Love this.
this is great. And now my TBR is just a little bit longer, as I'm sure all of
Yes.
my audiences out there, all of you
Oh
out
my
there, I'm
God.
sure y'all's TBR is now just a little bit longer too.
Yeah.
So, Jen, I got to have you back. We are going to definitely do another holiday one.
Beautiful.
Holiday as in winter holidays, or summer if you're
I'm in.
or summer if you're in the if you're in the southern hemisphere. I don't know, whatever.
Love
So
it.
we
Love
gotta
it.
have you back. Well, we gotta have you back anytime we talk about books. So
Oh my God. Anytime. I love coming back here. So can't
thank
wait.
you.
All right, my dear. Mwah.
Hi. Isn't it great when you find awesome reads like the ones on this episode? If you liked getting these book recs and want more, then subscribe to Nerdy Romantics newsletter at ymnelson.com/subscribe. Nerdy Romantics newsletter not only has nerdy and romantic recs, but sneak peeks and exclusives of my spicy nerdy romances and love stories. I love talking about sci-fi, superheroes, fantasy, and romance, books, movies, and shows with my friends. So share this podcast with your nerdy romantic friends. Thanks for listening and for watching.